Go to krbe.com and reach out to us that way. Producer Eric will get with you, and he'll get it all organized behind the scenes so that you can get on with us. Tell us what happened to bring you to this revenge, and then you reveal it to the person that messed with you. So I know Trish is standing by. Let's just get straight to her to tell us why she's here today. Good morning, Trish.
Good morning.
Hi, Trish. So who is it you're seeking revenge on?
My neighbor, Henry. He is just the most horrible person, and I cannot stand the way he treated his dog. And, you know, this Houston heat is insane. And guess what? He's been leaving the dog outside all day when he goes to work.
No, he's leaving a poor dog outside all day?
Oh, my gosh. I would think that dogs cannot last even 5 minutes. They're wearing fur coats, people. Our dogs are wearing fur coats.
I know.
So that is completely inhumane. That's completely cruel to leave it. The dog is still alive, or did the dog pass away?
The dog was just helpless. You know, he dug a hole into my backyard. And, of course, I took him in. I gave him water, and I took care of him during the day because I couldn't stand to see this poor baby whimpering all day. And I saw the dog on the feeder road, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I just took matters into my own hands.
Oh, my God. That dog got loose and was along the feeder road?
It's unreal that Trish, the dog has survived all the heat and then survives a Houston feeder road and doesn't get hit, like dodges through them.
Yeah, this dog has a million lives, I swear. But I just couldn't take it anymore. And this man is evil. He put out a tiny little bowl of water and just leaves for the whole day. And this dog was just such a precious little thing. And, you know, he would poop in everybody's yard. And, you know, even the other neighbors kind of felt bad because he wasn't trained the right way. So what am I supposed to do? You know, I can't be mad at the dog.
No, you can't be mad at the dog. And this man you speak of is actually on the other line right now. He's on hold. He's not heard any of this conversation.
But we really want you to kind of lightly tell him why you're on with us, what you told us, and what we don't know yet, okay? That's how it's going to play out.
Okay.
Good morning, Henry. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show and 104.1 KRBE. Thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm on the radio.
Well, why don't we tell you? On Tuesdays, we let people connect and air out their grievances, and we've got your next door neighbor on the line, Trish. Trish, say good morning to Henry.
Good morning, Henry.
What's going on?
You are just the cruelest man in the world. How you have treated your sweet, precious dog. And if you don't know, I am the neighbor right next door to you, and I have seen you abuse that dog by just putting out a small bowl of water and just letting him be outside all day when you go to work. Do you not have a temperature gauge? Do you not know what's going on, that there's a heat wave that's over 100 degrees here in Houston, and you're leaving a poor, helpless animal to fend for themselves? Do you not realize that? How would you like if someone did that to you? Your dog is
Why don't
malnourished.
you mind your own business, lady? How about
I'm
that?
not going to mind my own business, because you know what? I'm going to call animal cruelty. That's what I was going to do, but you know what? I thought, this guy, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And you know what? Your dog almost died on the side of the feeder road, so I took it upon myself to make sure that never happens again.
What did you do, Trish?
Oh, I just brought him to a no-kill shelter, and he got adopted by a very loving and beautiful family that is willing to take on the responsibility of the dog.
What's your dog's name, by the way? You haven't noticed your dog is missing?
His name's Buster.
And you didn't notice Buster was missing?
I'm checking outside right now. Buster!
Don't go for him. He's not there. Another family adopted him.
Henry, is it true that you don't leave food out for him?
You all need to mind your own business and give me back my goddamn
But
dog.
you can't answer the question. Clearly you can't answer the question. No, he's malnourished. I'll tell you, he never feeds him. You know why? Because your dog came into my backyard, and I've had to feed him. You don't even notice because your head is so far up your You're always
Why
at work.
are you
You're
in
never
my
home.
life, woman?
Well, your dog got into her yard, probably because he's looking for food, and then she found him on the feeder road. You know how dangerous it is? It's a miracle that dog's alive.
But he didn't die on the feeder road, did he? You kidnapped him. He's smart. He fends for himself. He eats his own goddamn food, chasing down rats, squirrels, whatever he gets his hands on. I feed him sometimes when he's getting too scrawny.
You feed him sometimes when he's getting too scrawny?
He feeds himself. He's an animal.
You are the worst
Okay,
kind
now
of
hold
dog
on,
owner.
Hold on. Well, I would like to. Okay, I get it, Ryan and Trish. You know, you're totally right, and I feel the same way. But I feel like Henry really does not. He truly believes that because he's got Buster and he's got him outside and he's an animal, he can fend for himself. Why did you get a dog?
Get rid of all the squirrels and rats in my yard.
How long ago did you drop this dog off at the no-kill shelter?
I dropped the dog off a week ago.
Wait a second. You didn't notice your dog is missing for a week, dude?
I have been out running errands all week, and I'm sorry that I didn't notice, but I would love Buster back now.
It's never going to happen. time, buddy.
And look, honestly, Trish, on your end, I don't really know what the ramifications are of you just taking it upon yourself to take his dog and take it
Well,
to the
she
shelter.
didn't. She picked it off the feeder road, Roula.
Oh, that's right. So technically you did find him, even though you knew where he belonged. I mean, I agree with what you did. I'm glad you saved him. I don't think at all. I'm surprised. Buster's a super dog. He has survived this heat outside, and he survived a Houston feeder road. He's a super dog. I'm glad Trish's with a family's going to love him.
You know what? You're lucky that she did not call animal control on you. It is not legal to do what you're doing, dude.
Which animal shelter did you drop him off at?
I'm not telling you. You need to let it go because I was very close to calling the cops. You're lucky I didn't do that because when I dropped him off at the shelter, they looked at me like, what did you do to this dog? And I was like, it's not my dog. I didn't do it. He was malnourished. He was so tired. You could just see it in his eyes, okay?
You can't call any sort of animal control on me if I ain't got a dog.
I have a Ring camera, so I have everything on tape. Listen, you can't with me.
You guys need to figure this out and fight it out off the air because it's done, Henry. You haven't noticed for a week that Buster's been gone and he got adopted out. So if you ever are thinking of getting another dog, which I hope you're not, for the love of God, care for it.
I'm going to be the worst neighbor in the world till that dog gets back. I'll say that right.
Yeah, I'm going to hang up on it.
Thank you.
I hung up
Thank
on
you.
it.
This is what I live next to. Do you get it now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You just poked the bear, though, so you really got to be careful for your own safety.
But you know
He's
what,
really
Roula?
mad.
She gave this dog life because that dog did not
course.
sound like it was going to survive much longer.
But I just hope that you've got somebody in your life that can protect you against this guy because he does not sound like he's messing around.
Make sure that camera's working.
The camera is definitely working, and trust me, I have a best friend. My best friend's husband is a cop, so I've already let him know what's going on. So I'm protected. I didn't do anything wrong. I saved that dog's life, so I put my head on the pillow at night knowing I did the right thing.
Good for you.
For you.
He's a piece of shit, so
Oh, Trish,
is.
my goodness. I can't with that. I cannot. I mean, I can't breathe thinking about how hot poor Buster was getting. But
Yeah.
God bless that new family that's got him. Thanks for saving him. And thanks for listening
Sure.
to the show. Be careful and take care of yourself. Look out, okay?
thank you. I will. Take care. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. I'll tell you what, the other thing that drives me nuts is when I see people, no amount of time is okay to leave your dog in the car in this heat. No amount of time.
Well, of course not. I mean, like I said, they're going out in fur coats. Put on a fur coat and go out in this heat and see how long you last.
How long, like, if I let my dog out to go to the bathroom, I make sure she's out under 5 minutes. In this heat, when it's 100
My dog
degrees.
will come to the door like, what in the hell's happening out here?
You know
It's
what,
too hot
Joe?
to pee.
My dog loved to be outside in the
Yes.
heat, and she would lay on her back and sun her belly in the sun. When I would come home from work in the summertime, I'm like, oh, God, where's Sammy? Go outside. She's laying on her back, living her best life, taking in all that sun on her
She
little
had the
pink
ability
belly.
to come in. You had a doggy door, so she
Yes.
could come in when she
Yes.
wanted to. It's 108 on Sunday. It was 108 on Sunday. You cannot tell me that
And
that
that's
is
just
good.
the actual temperature. I mean, what was the heat index? I just think that anybody listening who has a dog, this is not healthy weather for animals outside. And I think it's great that she was able to claim that she, quote, found the dog on the feeder road because then it wasn't like she stole the dog from his backyard.
She didn't steal the dog. If you find a dog
That's what I'm
roaming
saying.
around the
It's-
feeder road.
She said, that's what I just said. I said, it's great that she was able to tell the
Yeah.
shelter, I found this dog, knowing his background, that he's just out there being uncared for. Anyway, go to krbe.com if you want to be on the segment called Revenge. Coming up next, people contact us for Couples Court. It's where couples are bickering over the same thing over and over, so they bring it to us to tell them what to do with their lives.
Eric, what's this about?
Basically a teacher, and she's dating somebody, and I don't say unfortunately because she's
4.1 KRBE.
Couples Court.
Now entering the courtroom, the judges, the honorable judges, Roula, Ryan, and Eric.
Okay,
thank you.
You go to krbe.com.
Is that what the judge sounds like?
Yes, that's something authoritative.
He's a clear throat.
Thank you.
Where's the bailiff? You go to krbe.com if you want to be part of this segment on our show, because this is where we put couples on the phone together with us to explain what is the argument about, what's the disagreement about. Let's just welcome them both now and see what the story is about. I know it has to do with a teacher. Russell and Allison, welcome to Couples Court on the Roula and Ryan Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So, Russell, you're the one that messaged us. There seemed to be a sense of urgency to this. State your case in couples court.
Allison and I have been dating for 3 months. We met over the summer. There was definitely a spark, and we are getting more serious, but I just recently got divorced about 8 months ago, and my son, who's about to start 8th grade, is starting a class that is going to be taught by none other than Allison.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and I'm just nervous about introducing him. Allison, I think you know that I'm starting to. We're starting to get very serious.
Have you guys exchanged the love word yet?
Absolutely.
You can hear that little smile. They're like, yes, we did. Okay, so have you stated your issue yet of what the couples court problem is?
The problem is Allison wants me to introduce him to her as my girlfriend, but I don't think it's a good idea because the divorce is still fresh in his mind, and the separation. Basically, my ex-wife is also very controlling, and I work a lot, so I do get to see him every other weekend and one Thursday a month. And I mean, he's my son, he's my heart. I can't not have him in my life, but I just feel like it's too early to introduce.
I'm on your side already, dude. Allison, you got a tough case to sell here.
I would like to hear Allison's side
Allison,
for this,
go ahead.
because you would say, if you just heard Russell's issue, you'd say, okay, yeah, we know where this is going. Let's hear.
Gotta respect him, right? It's his kid.
Yeah. What's your side of this, Allison?
I think it's a little bit weird. It makes me feel like Russell doesn't see this going anywhere. If he doesn't introduce me to his son, if I'm going to be teaching him, I have a interpersonal relationship with his dad. Like, how is that going to look in the long run?
Well, you cross that bridge when you get to it. Allison, do you even have children yourself?
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would this be different, Allison, if you were not the boy's teacher, but you are just teaching in the school and he might see you or meet you somehow? Is it more because he's in your class?
It's more that he's in my class, yeah, because that could be really confusing.
Well, yeah. But also, isn't that kind of weird? Are you supposed to say that to like your administrator? Like, hey, this boy in my class is this guy's son that I'm dating?
We have disclosed it. We just haven't told him.
What's the hurry, though? I don't understand what the hurry is. It's only been 3 months. Now, for a kid that's just going into 8th grade and whose parents just split up 8 months ago, that's traumatic to see any parent dating somebody else. I did not introduce my daughter to anybody I was dating for, it was a year and a half. It was a year and a half after the divorce.
Especially your teacher, Ryan, because you know how kids are anyway with teachers. They say stuff, and then they find out, your friend's dad is dating the teacher.
Yeah, they're going to taunt him. They're going to taunt him.
You divorced 8 months ago, but have you guys been separated for a long time or not?
We have only not lived under the same roof for 8 months.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I was going to say, in your child's eyes, it's only
damn.
8 months fresh. Okay. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But you feel like he's hiding the relationship, like he's embarrassed.
No, I don't think that at all. I mean,
Push.
kids come first. They just come first. That's all there is to it. And as an educator, Allison, I would think that you realize that kids come first.
No, I don't agree with that. You know what, Ryan? I think that and tell me if I'm wrong, Allison, you feel odd that this boy doesn't know this about you. It's kind of like a line by
Why does he
omission.
need to? Why does he need to that
No,
quickly?
it's not. I don't agree with the part of force this girl in front of his eyes, like, this is my new girlfriend. But I think it's very odd. She's the teacher and the girlfriend. Maybe, Allison, you asked to not have this boy in your class then.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that a compromise, Allison? Can you ask to have this child not be in your class?
I don't know. I mean, I can ask that. I just feel like, I don't know, kind of leaving me out.
Allison is this boy's teacher. This boy doesn't know Allison is dating the dad. He's talking to his friends in class saying, oh my God, my dad was like farting so loud in the other room the other day. He had like the worst diarrhea. Ha ha ha. Everyone's laughing.
Oh no.
Russell, you're like, oh my God. And you don't know this is happening. And Allison's like, oh my God, he does not know that that's my boyfriend. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, little things like that even, it's odd. I just think you should not have this child in your class.
Roula, I think you really just got my number there. You totally exposed me.
I'm just saying, the kids talk about all this stuff in front of their teachers. The teachers like snicker, but they don't have to care that much. But if it's not her boyfriend and the
she's
kid
gonna be
doesn't
listening.
know.
Let's think about
You're
the
right.
important thing here, though. I don't think that this child needs to know you're dating anybody, let alone his teacher. That's a lot of pressure, especially starting the new school year.
Right.
I don't
so we
know
remove
what...
the child from the classroom, and I think we solved
Well, yeah,
the
that's a
problem.
given, but I don't think that she should force her way into his life. It's only 3 months.
If this boy is not in your classroom, are you still gunning for Russell to tell him that you're the
I would
girlfriend?
yeah. I would like.
Come
I would
on,
like
that's
to
too
tell
soon.
him.
No, you're
That's
not going
too
to win this
soon.
battle because as a dad
right.
and you have such limited time with your child, I mean, he only gets them every other weekend. He doesn't need to do that right now. He's got to still establish his relationship with his son. It's a major thing to have your mom and dad break up and not in the same house.
I will say, though, that I don't believe in that rule that just because you did it, Ryan, for a year doesn't mean it works for everybody else.
I'm not saying everybody's got to do a year, but I think 3 months
when I got divorced
is
in
quick.
January, and then I met Nagy that June. So.
But I don't think you'd lived with your son under the same roof for over a year, wasn't
It
it?
doesn't matter whether they live in the same roof or not. Still, the
Doesn't matter.
emotional
Still,
part of dad has
like,
another girl in his life. I feel like, and I think a lot of people will agree, 3 months after the divorce, this child is shocked his parents aren't together,
It's
and
too
now
soon.
here's the girlfriend is too soon. So don't gun to meet him yet, Allison, but definitely go for not having him in your class.
I just want to say that I want you to be in my life, Allison. You're very special to me. And I want to introduce you to Brandon, my son. And I want him to know how special you are. I just don't think that it is time yet. And I think that what Roula and these two have said about requesting to have him out of your class, that way there's no conflict of interest with his grades or with the personal everyday interaction. If he's not in your class, then we're open to make that introduction when it feels more right in the future.
There you go.
Thanks for more than that, girl. What's your...
I like that. There you go.
Allison, you got to just say, yes, thank you.
Yep.
And let's go out tonight.
Case closed, Allison. You got to listen to him, okay?
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, have a great new school year. And,
Thanks.
best of luck to you guys.
I love you, Allison.
I love you too.
Thanks for coming to our show, and best of luck to you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Case closed.
Man, oh man.
Now I'm getting hammered.
Everybody's like, get that. People are saying, like, what if they break up in the middle of the year and she didn't switch him out? Then it's going to be
It'd
extra
be
aux
awkward.
because he's in the class and he's still, anyway, the whole thing, most everybody agrees. Get that kid out of your class and then figure it
For
out
sure.
from there.
That was a good idea you had. I mean, I'm getting hammered. Ryan, you're being so judgy. I'm like, well, we're supposed to be judges on this.
Can't help it.
It's called Couples Court. We are the judges.
I just, you
What
know,
about all the other segments we do on the show?
well,
We're not judges there, and you're judgy.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's,
Pants on.
It's a character flaw, but
it's
oh well.
It's our job.
Yeah.
Go to krve.com if you want to be on Couples Court. If
getting
there's
nuts.
something that you are disagreeing over, we can try and
Protect your
find
kids at all costs,
happy
people.
medium.
That's why I asked her,
It's
do
true.
you have kids yourself? I get nuts when you get parenting advice from somebody that's never had a kid. Yeah, it just
Well, I'm
it
just
kind of
shocked
like,
that, listen,
how do
Ryan,
you
when I
know
meet
what you're
somebody
talking
who's a
about?
teacher, even if they don't have kids, teachers know kids. I know it's not the same as having your own kid, but you get a little bit of extra credit with me if you are a teacher of children, even if you do not have children, because you've seen all the different dynamics in a classroom of different family situations.
Yeah.
So that is why this blows my mind that she's like, I still think that he should know about me. No, I agree with her that he should know about her if it's the teacher in your homeroom. Because, that's just very odd.
But this
Like,
whole
that's my
wanting
dad's
to
girlfriend.
put herself into his life already. Eric, do you remember when you first got divorced and how precious that time was with your son, Ethan? Like when
Sure.
you saw each other, because you only got to see him on the weekends.
Yeah, people that do that, like, you only have every other weekend, and you can date you got more time to date then.
Yeah.
Date on those other
Is it
weekends.
not,
You have your
is
kid.
it
I don't
not
get
every
that.
weekend? I'm just curious. Is it not every weekend
It's
for a lot of
case by
people?
case
Because y'all keep
basis.
saying every other.
It's like
I thought
first,
it
third,
was-
and fifth.
Yeah.
It used to be. I don't know what the rule is
That's
now.
how it was. I mean, we didn't pay attention to it, but,
I guess I guess if you wanted to do
It
it.
depends if you like each other.
Whatever you
If you don't like
figured
each
out.
other, then
they
stick
make
to
you
the
stick to it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
co-parenting is not easy. We pulled it off. We made it work. But did we make it work? Because now I talked to my daughter as an adult, and she said that she was always stressed out making sure that we both got equal time. She felt guilty if she was at one place too long, and that was a major failure
never
as a
felt.
parent. Yeah, and learning this as an adult, we try our best, and then to learn that as an adult, she's like, yeah, it was a lot of stress, making sure that, hey, I got enough time in with you and I got enough time in with mom. It's just tough. It's tough.
Sometimes-
These are all things you got to know when
Like,
you're
as a teenager, if my parents were divorced, I'd be like, I just want to stay home and watch TV or something or relax. I don't have to go and do something. Because I remember you would take your daughter every weekend to do things.
Yeah.
And sometimes she's probably like, I'm just tired, Dad.
I just want to chill and watch TV.
But you're like, no, we have to go do this. We have to go out and do this. You guys are doing...
Rookie mistake divorced dads make.
Yeah, but, I mean,
There's no
it's not really a mistake. You want to
playbook.
be with her and have fun with her. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but to your point, it's almost like when you go on vacation, you're like, oh my gosh, we're going to go to this great place. Let's go to all these places. You're like, can we just have a day where we can just, kind of like at the Disney
Chill
World
day.
theory, Eric, when you took your family last Thanksgiving and I went with my daughter, we met up, it was kind of exhausting to think,
yeah.
oh my gosh, okay, tomorrow it's going to be at 7 o'clock and we're going to blah, 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 blah. And then one day me and my dad were like, okay, well, we'll just wake up at 10. Maybe we'll make 3 rides, but that's okay. I'm okay with that.
You
If
kind
we
of
could
have to have
just
a happy
leisurely
medium. I mean,
time.
if it's so regimented and you have every little detail planned out, you're going to be
Plus,
miserable.
it's an hour ahead. So, like, if it opens at 7, it's really opening at 6 our time.
Your body's not ready.
And you're there at 5. You're getting up at 4 in the morning, and you do that 2 or 3 days in a row. I'm like,
I remember that's a hell of a
vacation is
thing.
this?
That's a hell of a thing when you get on a roller coaster at like your body says it's 6 a.m. That's a hell of a way to wake up.
You know, there are certain times in your life as a parent that it really stuck with you how exhausted you were, because you're exhausted for a long time until you're not. And I remember the first time we took our kids to Disneyland, we just went with the girls. We left my son home with my mom. My body was in pain from that. Because, magic hours, guys. It's magic hours. You got to get up, guys. I'm like, what the hell does this mean?
Yep.
I was so beat to death
you get in the
after I
park
left
an hour
Disneyland
early
the
before.
first time.
Like, if you stay on the
Yes.
property.
Uh-huh.
Or not
Yes.
the property, but you stay at the hotel that's part of the property.
You talk about Disney, right?
Yeah, you get in like
One
an
of
hour
the 3
early.
How was it
hotels at
Universal?
Disneyland gets you in an hour early.
Yeah, Universal, if you go to Hard Rock.
God, I was exhausted.
and
That's
stay
the
at
best place. You
Hard
go to
Rock.
Universal. Eric and I love that place. I mean, we overlapped that one year.
Yeah, I like to go every Thanksgiving if I can.
It's so fun.
But this is why I like to have vacations where there's no timeline. Let's just not do anything. We're just going to figure it
You
out.
got to have some
Look
things
at
planned.
you
You have to have
and
some
figure
things
it
planned.
out.
Otherwise, you're
Sam,
going to waste so many
are you a
opportunities.
doer, or are you just go to a beach and just
I could
read a
just
book,
go to the
sand,
beach and
the
just
sand?
chill and
Sit there.
chill and
So you can hang out with Roula and I then, and Kevin and Brian
Yeah.
can go prance around.
Kevin and I would be like,
I mean, I can do
We're going to prance.
no, but we'd be doing the parasailing, the wave running, all that stuff.
Good.
We're prancing. We're
I can
holding
see you
hands on the
holding
beach.
Hit the waves together.
skipping around.
Yes. I can just imagine us skipping a doodah.
Mention Speedos.
Well, I mean, I have that.
Yes. Brian just needs it.
I remember at your wedding, I was parasailing, and I was like, "Ooh, there's where Kevin's getting married tomorrow," and I'm up there yelling like, "Kevin!" I can see him on the beach.
You're like,
Kevin,
don't be doing
idiot.
that.
Why did we hear someone yelling your name?
That's a guy.
Let's go to
a guy with two pants
krve.com,
floating.
guys. If you are interested in being part of our show, we could be talking about your life like this. It's Couples Court. And coming up next, a really special and important message from Eric for all of you every single year, no fail. We learn months later that somebody was saved by the words Eric is going to share with us next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
It's KRVE. Turn it up with more of the Roula and Ryan Show.
All right. Really, I think everybody needs to listen to this. This affects everybody out there. Eric, I'm really proud of you. You've taken your pain and you've channeled it and turned it into something amazing.
We usually do Scoop here, brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. But as we said yesterday and this morning in the 6 o'clock hour, this is a spotlight for Eric to make a special message announcement to anybody who needs to hear it today. Eric, the floor is yours.
Oh,
friend.
thank you, guys. I tried to write something down because then I start going off. And
Before you read
I start
that,
crying and stuff, and I mean, people don't want that. On
why don't you
Tuesday.
explain to everybody the really terrible tragedy that you had to endure at such a young age?
Yeah, sure. I kind of wrote that in here. I'll just read a little bit and see how things go. You guys can do the rest if it gets tough for me. When I was 17, I lost my mom to breast cancer, and obviously it was a devastating blow to our family, and that was today on this date. That's why I always want to do it on this date to honor her. And obviously she left a sadness and emptiness in my heart. And later on, when I was 25, my dad passed away to cancer. This time it was colon cancer. And looking back, it's painfully clear that both of their lives could have been saved if they prioritized regular checkups. That's why I come on here every year, this one time, to preach, because I'm hoping somebody hears this and they'll get their checkups. Because the pain of losing them, especially when I think about all the moments that they've missed in my life, in my kids' life, is something I carry with me every day. My daughter had her birthday yesterday. She's 15. And I couldn't bear the thought of not having myself there for her in just a few short years, because I was 17 when my mom died. And that just broke my heart seeing her yesterday, because I can't wait to see what she's going to become. And I can't wait to see her future. And the other kicker is my son's 25. Yes, I had him when I was young. The same age I was when I lost my dad. And that's just a reminder for me that the void that this freaking cancer can leave behind and can cause everybody out there listening. And I know there's someone out there, everyone's listening. Everyone that's listening, you know somebody that's been affected because of cancer. And I share this personal story. I'm not trying to dwell on the past, but I'm trying to emphasize the importance of preventive health care. We want to prevent this from happening to your families. From mammograms, colonoscopies, they're simple yet crucial screenings that can detect cancer at an early treatable stage. They can all make a difference in this world if we all get our checkups. So basically, guys, what I'm saying is I'm urging each and every one of you listening right now to the Roula and Ryan Show, whether you're a parent, a child, sibling, friend, to prioritize your health. Don't delay these checkups. Schedule today. Once you're done with the show listening, you're going to go to your work. You're going to go on your life. Take just 5 minutes. Schedule your appointment. It's not painful, colonoscopies. We've all had one on the show pretty much, except Sam.
We'll
Kevin's
carry you
had
through
one.
it.
Roula's had one.
Yeah.
Ryan's had one. And I just want everyone to come together to raise awareness about the importance of regular checkups and share your stories with others, inspire other people. I'm lucky I have a radio. I can talk through this mic and hopefully inspire somebody, but you can inspire a neighbor, a friend, family member. We all have that pig-headed relative that won't get checkups, so I'm an orphan.
Yeah, that's true.
And when I think of that word, I can't believe I'm an orphan.
Yeah.
I've been an orphan forever. Like Sam, you're 32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole life that you've been alive, I haven't had a mom.
I know, it's terrifying.
And I could have if she just got a checkup. So please, everyone get checkups. I love you all. And I'm done.
Hey, thank you for
Listen,
sharing.
love you,
37530.
I love you guys.
I love you, Eric. 37530. Somebody just texted big hugs to you because their cousin just found out she has breast cancer at 36, and she found out because she listened to her body.
That's important.
So many times we are terrified of what our own body is telling us, and that is why it's super important to listen to the message of just go find out what it is and get ahead of it as fast as you can.
Now, somebody text this,
because
Roula.
it's not like you're not going to be affected if you just ignored it.
What if
It's
you don't
gonna
have
be worse if
insurance?
you ignore it. Yes.
That's a big question because, like, my parents, we were farmers, so we had our own. You're self-employed, and insurance was not good. This is also in the 90s, and technology was not as good as it is now. But what is there a program, or is there something for somebody who wants to get a colonoscopy? They don't feel good, but they don't have insurance. Does anyone know that answer?
I'm sure you can. You can talk to your doctors.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
know,
we've
the one
done
thing-
a lot of different stuff with, I know for breast cancer, Eric, we did work with the Rose years ago. We were doing Bras for a Cause. And I know that they have their mobile units that I think give mammograms. There are a lot of, I bet if you just Google it in the Houston area, you
Definitely
can find
Google
a
Yeah,
different.
it's as simple as a
I
Google
would-
search.
Yeah, you can definitely Google. It says the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center project is 80% working with primary care clinics to get this life-saving screening to patients who are not covered.
Okay.
So just Google it. I feel like we're not going to give the best answer, but if you Google, like, I don't have health insurance, how can I get these colonoscopies?
There are ways
How can I-"
around it. There
yeah,
are ways
there's a lot
around
of
it.
organizations that definitely want to help.
Eric, I took your words to heart. I mean, that was knowing your story is it impacted me so much because when I found out I had cancer, my very first thought was, "Oh my God, I'm going to do to my daughter what Eric had to suffer through." And that's the first thing. You don't even care about yourself. You just care about, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
pain is going to cause your family.
Yeah, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your family.
And when you go through treatment and like I went through 88 doses of radiation, 88 days, 2 different bouts, and you see people of every walk of life, and you see that pain and that fear in the spouses' faces and the children's faces, and you're right, it's completely preventable. I was such a freaking idiot to ignore the symptoms for as long as I did.
I don't know if that's a man thing or what. A lot of men, we put our head in the
Generational
sand.
thing,
I think
yeah.
that's a stereotypical statement about men. We've learned over the years that men don't seem to
Yeah, we'll tough it
want
out.
to hear it. They're very hard-headed about it, but I feel like they're softening in the last, hopefully, 10 years. They're hearing messages like yours, Eric and Ryan, that you really should be listening to your body.
If you love
and
your family.
also share it with someone. Don't hide it and battle it by yourself, because
be
isn't
ashamed
it
of
all
it.
about
Oh.
your attitude in your community?
Yep.
Yep.
That's another mistake. You know, remember I hid it from you guys. For
I'd
the
like to
first
give a
couple
shout out, too,
months.
to Mike Mercado.
Stupid. Yeah, Mike.
Mike was one of my first friends I ever made here in Houston. Like, remember, they heard our show, and one Thanksgiving I had my son, and we made cheeseburgers instead of turkey for Thanksgiving. And he's like,
Aw.
"What? You can't do that." He used to own the ham honey baked ham store in Rice Village.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Farms.
Logan Farms. The hams and stuff. So he gave me a ham and turkey and stuff. We became friends, and he's going through it right now. Thank God I got him talking with Ryan and.
Yeah, Mike and I have been talking a lot. Yeah, now here's the number one thing I told him right off the bat. I said, dude, because his prognosis, I did not like what I was hearing. I said, get a second opinion, get a third opinion. You know, you do that with a car. Why would you not do that with your body?
Yep.
And he just finished radiation, so he's rung the bell, and he's on his way to getting his life back. And
so if you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan Show, the big message that Eric has today, and every August 22nd of every single year is the death anniversary of his mother that put a hole in his heart, that anybody who lost their mom has a hole in their heart for different reasons. But to lose your mom at 17,
it's unimaginable.
Obviously affected Eric. And I think that it's just, there's no way you're hurting anyone by sharing the message. If anything, the only thing I can say would be heart-wrenching is to know that you had a chance to do it and you were too scared to do it, and then you find out it could have been something that could save you, but now it's so far gone, it's not a good prognosis. You know, that's the worst answer you want, that it could have been okay, but you waited too long and now it's not going to be okay. So I think, and to your point, Eric, every single person listening has been affected by cancer, whether it happened to you, somebody in your family, or your neighbor or your friend.
Teacher.
Cancer is the devil. Cancer is the devil, and that is why that is the only F word that we're allowed to say and not be offended in public when somebody says blank cancer.
Yep.
You're like,
I got one of those T-shirts.
I can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
I should be able to say that on the radio every August 22nd. The FCC should be like, they should applaud and go, yes, sir,
Let's
you
not
can.
try
We'll give you a
it
break.
right now.
Let's try it right now.
Yeah, let's try it.
I just want to say that I'm proud of you because you took your tragedy, your pain, and you've turned around and saved lives. So you honored your mother by doing so. So thank you for sharing that.
And who knows how this would have played out, Eric? If you had not lost your mom to cancer, you would not have been, and your father to cancer, you would not be so motivated to just drive this into people's
everything
mindsets.
happens for a reason, right?
And I hate that you were the victim, how you had to lose your mom for this, but look at the ripple effect of this. June Rao, you did not pass away in vain.
Yep.
Right? I mean,
what's your dad's name?
Roger.
Hug you.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to hug you.
Raj. Love you guys.
June and Raj, to both of them. Memory eternal. Love you, Eric. Love you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Okay, it is brought to you by Duncan. Needville. Yeah. Hey! We are proud of these kids. I mean, Needville has advanced in the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. They beat El Segundo 3-1. Now they take on Seattle. That's going to be Wednesday at 2 o'clock on ESPN. So these kids are really amazing. That pitcher of theirs, DJ Jablonski, man, this kid is amazing.
Nice.
Really.
DJ Bolonsky.
It's just a lot of fun if you've not seen it.
When does it actually happen? Like, how many more rounds of this? Like, how many more playoff picture
is it this
games
weekend?
are there until the actual World Series?
That's why I'm always confused. It's
The
either
very
this
final
weekend
game.
or the following
Series.
weekend.
Google it.
Because sometimes they always miss a week of school, like when the Pearland kids, remember they would go a few times?
Yeah.
But school
That's
starts
right.
late this year for HISD
Yeah, I think it's, the
in
28th?
Pearland area. What's their HISD?
Pearland ISD.
Yeah. PISD.
Oh, they're not the
Pearland
only ones that did
ISD.
well. Chaz McCormick homered twice, 4 RBIs, and the Stros beat the Sox 9-4 last night.
The Red
So-
Sox, not the White
Red
Sox.
Sox.
It was the red
Unfortunately-
ones.
The Seattle Mariners destroyed the White Sox, like 13-1. Like, damn it.
Yeah.
They're still they're in our
We'll pull it
nipping
off.
at our heels.
Don't worry about it. Hey, if you're looking for something fun to do, Houston is getting 2 new immersive experiences. It's really cool. The Museum of Illusions is going to open up in the gallery on September 1st. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a bunch of colorful rooms, art installations. For example, you can walk into a reversed room and find a 180-degree change of perspective. Go into the clone room. You can meet several versions of yourself. And then also another thing they have coming to the gallery, Houston's Seismic Museum. It's an interactive, immersive museum with 9 million LED lights and displaying works from 65 artists, opening a new roller skating rink. It's called Roller Wave, starting August 30th. And that's going to be the Galleria.
He loves his roller skating.
Gavin, you
There's
and your
gonna be
quads.
a roller rink at the Galleria?
Well, this is just temporary, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Let's go.
Got socks?
You can check out the full article on
I have
prime.com.
quads.
Put your quads on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
Glitter quads. Coming up next,
Brighter.
Try It Tuesday. Eric has a huge box of goodies with all these random
But Roula,
chips from different parts of the world.
I have that box, but now I'm going to change it because last night Ryan on our group text was bragging that he made the best salsa ever.
The best salsa I've ever made.
He said the best ever, right, Kevin?
In the world.
In the world.
I said
I was
the
like-
best I've ever done.
Oh, no. You went on and on and on about your dang
It was one
salsa.
sentence. I did not go on and on and
Here we
on.
go
I brought in
again.
the professional that he's been in here before, Kobe Cash, Mr. Master Chef, Mr. Influencer of all social media. He's got 500,000 followers.
I hope he doesn't gag.
He's going to try this salsa that you said is the
Kobe
best
Cash.
ever.
The best I've done.
You said the best ever. Let's see what happens.
I'll pull up the text thread.
All right, we're going to see what happens next on the Roula and Ryan Show.